This is Out Loud and Laughing.
What is up, chosen fam? Welcome back to the studio. We talk a lot on this show about living out loud on the daily, but today we're talking about the legacy we leave behind. We're sitting down with a man who didn't just want a seat at the family table, he decided to build a whole new table where he could invite the entire community to sit at. He's been a pioneer for decades, a loving father of three, and the visionary behind Gays with Kids and the GWK Academy. He's helping our community navigate the beautiful, complex, and sometimes overwhelming path to parenthood. Please welcome back to the pod the man who is literally fathering a movement, Brian Rosenberg.
Oh, thank you so much. It's great to be here, and I really appreciate that sweet introduction.
Well, you definitely deserve it, Brian. Absolutely welcome back. It's so good to have you in the
Stop
chosen.
it.
Yes, stop it. Give me more. Give me more. Stop it. That's enough. No, we're absolutely blessed actually to have you in our chosen family. So we wanted to bring you back and talk about all the great things that we've been following as your GWK continues to evolve. It's becoming massive. But first, we want to check, how are you doing and what's been happening?
I'm great. Actually, I'm really great. From GWK Academy, we went from just serving the gay men to expanding to support all LGBTQ plus people, and we're like 95% done with the courses that we created for queer women and for trans fertility pathways. I was just in New Orleans earlier this week, co-hosting a family building event that was amazing, and the audience was so diverse and beautiful. And we came back from our spring break a few weeks ago, and I'm still riding the high from that amazing experience with 30 families. Yeah, all good.
Can you, because I know you've been on our podcast before, right? Before we get into some of the background, all of it, we just want to quickly do a quick reset. What is GWK and what do our listeners need to understand about the organization before we dig into all the cool shit you're doing?
Thank you. So GWK Academy is the nonprofit platform that I launched a year and a half ago to support family building for all LGBTQ plus people. The first thing we do is we make sure folks understand their options. And so if someone's just getting started, we talk about the differences or what attracts people to adoption versus donor conception, and the nuances involved, and help them determine based on their own priorities, their own values, their own resources, which path to parenthood is best for them. Once they figure that out, we have courses that take you through everything I wish I had known about our adoption and
Yes.
surrogacy journey before we started. Because I believe if you start from a place of education, that you're going to have a better experience overall. It's going to still be overwhelming, but what I'm hoping to do is make it a lot less overwhelming.
So I love that you kind of talk about overwhelming because that kind of dovetails a little bit into where we want to start. We want to kind of rewind back, Brian, a little bit
Okay.
because go back to like the early 2000s. You were literally days away from signing a surrogacy contract when you get a call about a 3-day-old baby boy in Brooklyn. And so, like, looking back at that whirlwind moment, which was probably very overwhelming in 2009, what's the
Yes.
one thing you know now about the kind of chaos of parenthood that you wish you kind of known back then?
So it's a great question. A couple things. One is to be more trusting of my own abilities and judgment. For both my husband and I both probably feel that way. And there's going to be a certain amount of chaos, and that's okay as well. And don't be afraid to ask for help from whomever, wherever, however.
I think it's so important. You say trust yourself, and I'm not a parent, but I think a good quality in life is to trust yourself in these hard moments. So thank you for that reminder.
I agree. I
Pleasure.
feel like Brian, because I had my kids, I mean, in 2019, which yes is late, a little after you, but even then the resourcing for me was still kind of limited. And a lot of the stuff we were also gifted a lot of mom books and like parent, like it was just it was fine, but it hasn't been as inclusive as I feel like it is now. And so like I understand the kind of the fear of taking on this new challenge and feeling like you're like the new poster parent for like the new family. And so that must have also carried some weight of like, okay, how do I do this and how do I do this right?
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I can remember when Levi was during the first 6 or 7 months of his life, we had 3 different instances in which we forgot to take spare diapers with us.
Yeah.
And I was so embarrassed, and I felt like, what a bad, stupid parents that we both were, because who takes out a baby to like, at one point, we had to drive 2 hours, to go to an appointment. Another, we went to friends of mine from college. Basically, we were in the area, so a bunch of families got together, and they wanted to meet Levi. So went there, didn't bring diapers, and we went out to a restaurant and didn't bring diapers. And I remember at my friend's house, I was so embarrassed. He made a huge poop, and I was so embarrassed that we didn't even think to bring supplies. That I went to the bathroom. I was opening up all cabinets. I found a little towel. I'm like, they're not going to miss this. Put a lot of toilet paper around him, and then from that moment on,
Yeah.
I wouldn't let
It's
anyone hold
real.
them because I didn't want them to know what I had done. So yeah.
Okay, so you told us what you told us what you would have told the version of yourself back then, but here's a twist on the question. What would you have told that version of your husband Ferd?
Oh, that um, that I, of course, get I'm what can I say? I'm Jewish, I get way carried away, and he should know when to just let me go off and ignore me.
That's so funny. Thanks for the honesty. But all joking aside, I think it's unbelievable how you turn all of that personal experience into a roadmap for others. And we know that there are resources out there, but GWK, which stands for, by the way, Gays with Kids. So the GWK Academy, it feels different, right? Like it feels like this more white glove, personalized concierge service for the soul, even. And so for someone standing at the starting line, let's say for example, myself, if I wanted to start a family, why is GWK Academy the right home base to cut through the clutter of IVF and surrogacy and foster to adopt?
Sure, because we're the only resource that supports the entire community and that supports all family building paths. I want to make sure, I think there are a lot of misconceptions about, for example, adoption or adopting from the foster care system. And so people just automatically count those out when, as it turns out, those paths might be better for them, might be a better fit for their values, for their personalities, for their resources. And even when it comes to a surrogacy journey or a donor conception journey, I think that people should they go into it just assuming that's the path they're gonna take, and they haven't done the right research, and they don't understand all that's involved and what can go wrong. And so we really prep people. Not only do we have these courses, but we offer free coaching calls as well. Everything we do is available for free.
That's
We
amazing.
do coaching calls, and so like often what I hope we become though is the very first stop in any person's journey to parenthood. But the other day someone joined and said, "Hey, can I talk about how selecting family building partners, adoption agencies, or surrogacy agencies?" And so really, no one is doing this. Plus, we're virtual. We're available when they want the information. They don't have to come to a conference, that's held once a year or whatever it is. And yeah, we're just about making sure people are educated. Like, our courses are really, truly are the best way to get started. That PDF I described earlier about adoption versus donor conception is a really great way to get you to start thinking about what makes the most sense for your family. And then we take you through everything you need to know. How much is your journey going to cost? How long is it going to take? Who are the different professionals, organizations you need to work with? What are some of the typical challenges that are often faced so that you can build resilience and be prepared to overcome these challenges should you have to come up against them? Yeah. And I started with Gays with Kids as a media company sharing stories about how gay men became dads and what our lives were like navigating fatherhood. And so I've that we launched in March of 2014. I became a dad in 2009. So I've been in the parenthood space for some time now. I just, my thing is I love helping other people make their family building dreams come true. That's my passion. the best days for me is when I have a bunch of calls, back-to-back calls with different people talking about who want to create families. I had a 22-year-old who approached me about family building. I'm like, "Oh my god, you're a baby, you can't be a pet," but, like, it's just awesome. So, I don't there really isn't any other entity out there that does what we do and how we do it and when we do it.
I mean, I you bring up such an interesting point because you obviously are doing something that's accessible to everyone. Again, you don't have to sign up for an event. You don't have to like make time. You actually can kind of do it on your own time because we know everyone's kind of
Mhm.
navigating building family while also navigating life. But I also think what's important to kind of know is just like you as a person, right? Because you care, right? And I think that shows through how you talk about GWK, how you show up, and so I kind of want to dig a little bit into that because you talk about like your passion, but this obviously puts a fire in your belly, this whole thing, and it obviously shows through the work. So why do you get up every morning and do this?
'Cause when I'm sitting on a video call with a prospective parent or someone who's trying to I can't tell you, like, every one of those conversations, maybe 99% of those conversations, I leave just, like, feeling so hopeful and so like, this I I know there's a lot of backlash against us right now. That's gonna change, and the way that we really become fully accepted and integrated into society is just, I think, through families. When people see us, when people straight people who think they don't know any gays or lesbians, when they see our families, all of a sudden they see that, we have the same concerns that they do. How's the kid doing in school? Are they getting picked on? Are they nice? Like, are they doing the right after school activity? Like, all of a sudden I think they say, "Oh, they really are just like us." And it just so I want to help as many it's not parents is not for everyone, but anyone who wants to become a parent, I wanna help them. And I can tell you, like, I remember when we were going through both our adoption and surrogacy journeys, feeling so overwhelmed and wishing that there was some place I could go to for help that I could trust. And so that's what I hope we're building with GWK Academy.
That is exactly where I feel the heart and the work sort of, the confluence, right, of the heart and the work and that intersection. My question is a little bit, sort of double clicking here and sort of to assuage my own curiosities, but how much of the work, would you say is the fulfilling part? And then how much of it would you say would be like educating non-LGBTQ people or creating content to educate non-LGBTQ people to help them understand that uh, all families, all parents share that sort of common denominator that you were just explaining? Do you find yourself having to overextend and have to continue to explain that about gay families or different families?
It's interesting. When I launched Gays with Kids in March of 2014, I did so under the with the concept that we know that our families do very well. We're the exact same as everyone else is. So I never like ever have gone to say, it's okay that we're like, you should be okay. Here are the stats. I went for the point where we're past that. We already know that this is a done deal.
Mm.
I love
What
that.
what I do focus on is just sharing accurate and honest portrayals of what we have to go through to become parents, because I think that's really important for LGBTQ plus folks who are considering it. Um, and then I know that message because it's social media often gets amplified outside of our community, and I'm very happy that we do that. I don't seek to educate other people, but like I don't even know how they found me, but my first year of Gays with Kids, so 2014. I remember 2 different moms approached me on Facebook. They each had a 15 or 16-year-old son who had recently come out to them, and the moms wanted to thank me for showing them, their husbands, and their sons what their lives could look like later on.
Mm.
Beautiful. And then when we talk about the resources, like we talked about that, you guys do that and you guys do it well, but you also do fun things, right? So like can you talk a little bit, you just did spring break. Talk a little
Mhm.
bit about that because you guys are also doing like when we talk about events, you guys are actually doing events that build community, not necessarily education all the time. So we'll talk about a little bit about your spring
Yes.
break.
Well, you know what? It it's great to connect with people virtually and expand your network. but nothing beats a handshake, a hug, a high five, sitting down for a drink, and just having fun IRL. And so we started the spring break. This was our 5th year actually,
Wow.
for that exact reason, just to get people together. I mean, there are some opportunities around the nation where that bring LGBTQ plus folks together. You know, I want to, especially I had started to really get to know a lot of people that were in our community early on. Like, let's see who we can bring together. And that first year, we only had 7 families, but you know what? We had an awesome time. Um, and um, and it's just grown. And so people really love. I love it. I'll be honest with you, I love it. I especially love, like, the spring break because my kids are all teens, they want nothing to do with me,
Right.
but they're all these little kids, and I'm Uncle Brian to them, and I have the
Aw.
best time. And so I'm excited that we're gonna be hosting an event in New York City, October
Yes.
10th and 11th. It's the, LGBTQ Family Takeover of New York City. Over the course of 2 days, we have a bunch of events planned that are meant for people to come to. It's over the holiday weekend, just to get together and do fun things, family friendly spaces. And it's just an opportunity to just continue the build your relationships that maybe that you have virtually in person.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit more about the event in October because it sounds like a literal queer family reunion. So, why is it so important for you to bring this activation to life in such a public, celebratory way, especially in the heart of New York City?
We're doing New York City. I live in Boston, and I lived in New York City for many years, and I still love that city, and I will be living there again someday. So to me, it was so, and we know we have a ton of connections in New York City, ton of families and other connections. So that was sort of a no-brainer. New York City is awesome for everyone. I hope that families from New York City, from the tri-state region and further away come and join us for this weekend. It just I now know from our spring break trip, like having experienced that many times, it's just so wonderful to all be together. And what I think is different about our experience versus like a family week, which is wonderful,
Yeah.
is that family week you got a million families and these people are doing that. You might not even see three-quarters of the families ever, but with us, we're all doing the same things at the same time. So you really get to, I mean, it's not nearly the same size, but I'm hoping for 40 or 50 families. And we'll all be, you know, I'll be at Central Park at the same time, at the zoo, or we'll all be at a same Broadway or off Broadway show together. We'll all be at dinner together. And it's just so much fun. And yeah, I'm so looking forward to it. You guys, the media and others that I reached out to who I asked to be involved.
Yeah.
I've been so heartened by all the positivity, and I just think that there can't be enough opportunities for us to get together, and it's reinforcing that we are a community that, regardless of where you live, like, I live in the suburbs, we have a wonderful group of friends, but we're the only gays,
Yeah.
and so, like, just nothing beats, getting together with a bunch of us,
Where do you
so,
think,
yeah.
well, actually, not where do you think, where can people actually go sign up for the Big Apple Family Takeover?
Oh, so if you go to gwkacademy.org under events and then click on the Big Apple Family Takeover.
Awesome.
I will definitely be signing up, Brian. No, I'm just kidding.
You'll be
But
there.
I'll be there with all my no kids, but, I do play a really good Uncle John, I must say.
Okay, Gunkle
Uh,
John,
Gunkle John, you better
Gunkle
believe
John.
it. Actually, I have a nickname on the streets. My friends had called me Roo for like 20 years, and so the little kids call me Uncle Ruby. It's kinda cute. Oh, Brian, we love the heart, and, we also love a little heat here. So if we can segue, we're gonna do something we do here at Out Loud and Laughing called our This or That game. We've talked about the path to parenthood, but now it's time to take a path through your personality. We strip away the founder title for just a second and get into the real Brian. So it's time for our favorite segment. We're calling this one This or That. You ready for this? The Zaddy edition. Just for you. All
Sounds
right.
like you're saying Zadie because I'm old.
Uh, I did not say that. Do not put words in my mouth. I can get myself in trouble. I promise. Okay. Are you ready, Brian?
Sure.
Okay. All right. We're going to kick it off easy, start you off nice and slow. Are you into the NYC energy or the Boston calm?
The NYC energy.
All day,
All
right?
day.
You
All
don't like
day.
the burbs, Brian?
I mean, I live in a wonderful community, and we're 15 minutes outside of South End, so we go in often, but nothing can compare to New York City. Come on. The energy, what to do. We're big theater queens, big foodies, so
Mhm.
could there possibly be a better city for us to be in?
Best city in the world.
No arguments here. Okay. Brian, looking back, I know your kids are older, but would you prefer the early morning diaper change or the late night feeding?
Ooh, the early morning diaper change, absolutely.
Same. Very
Yeah.
much the same.
I
Give
don't
me
even
some color. Give me some color there.
well, it's just so exhausting to be up late night or in the middle of the night and taking care of the kids. I'd much rather get up, I have to get up to take care of the dog in the morning anyway, so who cares? They're pooping, my kid's pooping, it's
Everyone's
all one
pooping.
big poop fest, yeah.
See, kids are like dogs. Okay. Moving on. Are you into scruff or no scruff?
No scruff.
You smoothie
Oh,
kind of guy.
sorry. My mind went to a place that I don't think you were asking.
We get
Not
this all the
anything but
time.
We get that all the time, and we just want your honest answer, whatever that means to you.
no apps, I'm not in any apps, but scruff as in, like, hairy, I love, yeah.
Yeah, some
A
good
little hair, a little
little,
manliness.
Little manliness,
Velcro.
yes.
Okay, do you prefer, and this is in the age of heated rivalry, are we a butt guy or a chest guy?
Chest.
Yeah. I
Probably
like a
because
good
I
chest.
have no butt whatsoever, so
Same.
how can
I think the three of us might be in the same boat, but there's a
Butt
joke
boat.
there. Butt boat. We're in the same butt boat together. It's a long day. Been a long day, Brian. You're exhausted. You're gonna go wash off the day. Are you taking a shower or are you gonna soak in a long bath?
shower?
Yeah. Do you have an adverse reaction to a bath?
Just I don't know, the thought of sitting in my dirt and filth, I don't understand how people do that. If you showered first and then went to the bath, I think I would be okay with that, but I just don't
On a
I don't
scale of
think
1 to 10, how muddy is the water gonna get?
it
You don't have to answer that. We can pass. Go ahead, Brian.
So good. Okay, Brian, this is our famous sports question.
Mhm.
Great.
You're playing baseball. Are you pitching in the game or catching in the game?
I like to go back and forth between the two positions.
See,
Absolutely.
we like people playing the field.
Very much
It
so.
keeps things, energetic.
Yes, it does. I did play Little League when I was young. My mother made the only thing she ever made me do, um, my first year, I did 2 years in a row. My first year, I didn't hit the ball once, and my second year, I got I hit a ball once, and I caught a ball once in right field. I do not look back very fondly at those days,
And now you're just swinging for the
and
fences.
now I'm swinging for the fences. I like that, John.
You mentioned it a minute ago talking about NYC, but would you prefer a night at the theater or a night at a dive bar?
Theater.
Theater
Hands down.
queen.
What's your favorite show? Any new ones that you're into?
Well, we're gonna go see The Lost Boys in a few weeks in July, rather. Yeah,
Exciting.
which I'm very excited about. I love Spring Awakening. I saw Job
Classic.
and Grofspot. I saw I'm spacing on his name from Weeds, the older son.
Oh yeah, the what is his name? I don't get recall that.
Him and I love shows that are gonna make
Tim
me cry.
Scottson or Shane was it Tim?
No,
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 someone else. Okay, someone else.
yeah. No, that's the younger kid, the older
Uh-huh.
kid.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um, I love shows that, people die and they're sad and tragic, where I just get totally lost in it. If I'm not crying at the end, then it wasn't an enjoyable experience for me. Like,
Sounds like a great time. That's what I was just gonna say.
I love it. I'm actually taking my parents to see Beaches on Broadway, which I am so excited about.
I
Like the
wanna see
little boy in
Beaches.
me that saw that movie, I'm excited to see it on stage.
Absolutely. Are you gonna sing out loud? Did you ever know that?
All of it. All of
Okay.
it. And my mom's gonna be sitting next to me in tears, so I'm ready for it. Okay.
Oh, good for you.
Do you consider yourself a fun dad or a strict dad?
Ooh, that's interesting. I always thought I was a fun dad, but I can be a strict dad too. I don't know, we're both. I think, usually we're the opposite. Bert and I are the opposite, so when I'm strict dad, he's fun dad or vice versa. It just happens that way, but the kids are not happy when we're both strict dads, I can tell you that, if I think I ganged up on 'em. But yeah, I try to be more fun dad.
Yeah.
You do give fun dad vibes, for
Thank
sure.
you.
Okay, this is your last one, and I think you're the perfect person to answer this question. In a world where optics seem like they're everything, would you prefer to have the perfect family on a magazine cover, or would you prefer having the perfect mess behind closed doors? That's all yours.
Perfect mess behind closed doors.
Yeah.
I knew you were gonna say
And you
that.
know what? I'm also fine showcasing that perfect mess because
Mhm.
that's what
It's
life is
real.
like. That's what family life is like. It's real. Exactly.
Yeah. Brian, thank you for being a light for so many people who didn't think this life was possible for them, me included. You are an inspiration and forever part of our chosen fam. Where can
Oh,
people
thank
follow
you.
GWK and all the great things you're working on?
So you can follow GWK and GWK Academy on Insta. And we're on Facebook as well and YouTube. But I would say Instagram is where
Mhm.
we're most engaged. And of course, you can always go to gwkacademy.org to join GWK Academy.
Amazing. Chosen family. If you're listening and you're thinking about starting your family building journey, make sure you don't do it alone. Check out all of Brian's work. Make sure you stay loud, stay proud, and keep laughing. We'll catch you on the next one. Love you, Chosen fam.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
This was Out Loud and Laughing.
We're available everywhere you get your podcasts: Spotify, Apple, YouTube, iHeart, or wherever.